go. Make sure test 1 2. There we go. Okay. I think the mic should be set up pretty well. Just about a half a minute before the open on Thursday, April 28th. Ooh, I'm tired this morning. Pull up NASDAQ real quick. Let's look at our context here. Here's our daily. Overnight high. Kind of overnight low is a little bit tricky because the after hours starting at like 3:15 yesterday was a bit lower than this red area, but the red dotted line was kind of the dip that it came down to yesterday after the market reopened around like 5 p.m. All right, we've got our first. Oh, gotta switch this one over. Got our opening range here. Okay, let me switch this back. There we go. So not a gap, not a true gap, because we're still within price action from yesterday, but definitely much higher than the close yesterday. So yesterday a lot of movement. It was a rotational day. Today we could have a lot of the same. See, Tuesday, a lot of movement as far as the range of the day. So last week of trade, last 5-6 days of trading, we've had some big ranges. So definitely have to be mindful of that. So really our battle area is this. This is the last, let's see, well, this is this week so far. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now today over here. 5-minute chart. So battle area looks to be between 4,200 and about 4,240. Spend a lot of time in this area. We've gotten above it and below it. But this is kind of middle ground in here. Let's see if NASDAQ looks similar. All right, here's NASDAQ. NASDAQ looks a little different. It's definitely lower. So it would not be surprising, right, if we come down to the 4,200 level, just because we've spent a good amount of time in here. So we popped up at the open, sold off pretty hard here. We're down 20 points in 5 minutes. So this level, this 15, 16, it's an area where we saw some bounce in the other day, where we just couldn't get above it, couldn't get above that 16, 15 level. Now we are above it, so it would make sense that there's a little bit of a bounce here. Remember, that would have been, I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, the market came down, was just weak all day, couldn't get out of its own way, and then eventually broke down. So here's that 16 and 15 level, which is right in between our battle zone, right? It's kind of the middle ground. I'll be right back. number from NASDAQ to get above and hold is 13,250. Ish. I mean, it's not exactly at 50, but it's kind of that general region. Well, they sold it pretty strong right off the start. So again, here's our area here to here. That's it. That's the spot. It's a 5 minute right here. See how we react here at this 15 to 16 level. I'm not looking too much into this just because it is in the middle of the range, but if we can't get above high teens to 20, we could just push lower here in the next 10-15 minutes. Oops, wrong one there. Let's watch what it does at these levels. If it gets up there. So there you go, there's that little pop from the bottom, right? In that range, here to here. I might remove these yellow lines before too long. I'm just looking short term, like what we do in relation to those. Okay. I'm going to be watching S&P. If NASDAQ makes it up to here, I'll be looking for a short. And that may not happen. We might not get it that high. Okay, so here, I removed that line at 15, but that was our level to watch. Let's see if we can get and stay above it or stay below it. I'll be watching it if we can get up to here for a short. Okay, we're still trying to take out that 15 level. It can't. Not yet, at least. Things could change. So 15, that's important right there. I'm going to remove this guy here. Put one here. So far we're 20 minutes on the lower half of this range, and we spent, call it 15 minutes maybe on the upper part, so that's fair. So what I'm thinking right now is that bears don't sell it hard until we get up a little bit higher, up into this area here, somewhere up in this region. Then we come down, get down to here, and then we'll see at that point. We'll see if it's looking like it wants to break it lower or if it wants to bounce and just stay in this range. So if I'm short up here, first target's definitely going to be like this 15 to 16 area. So I'll highlight that again. Edit, we'll make this a different color. Let's make it, I don't know, I'll make it that. All right, we'll go with that. Don't know if we get up here though. NASDAQ really struggling. NASDAQ gets up just above 13,200. I'd be looking for a short on the S&P based on what it's doing. But so far, we're just hanging out here. Can't get above that 15. So it might be that we never get up that high. We just plunge lower. But I think we do. All right, Bears weren't gonna let it get above. So for me, that kind of breaks that thesis. I don't know if I want it now. I still might want it if we're down here and come back up to here, but I don't know if we're gonna get that high. It's just looking pretty weak here. Yeah, right here. I was hoping we'd poke through this, get up into this area, and then short it, looking for some confluence on Nasdaq, as Nasdaq would have been hitting some major resistance up there as well, as would have the S&P. Obviously, the bears didn't want to take it that high. They said, can't get above 15. Let's push it lower. Now we're under 42, so we'll see how they react here at this level. Keep in mind we have been in this range for a while, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see 90, 41.90 down to here. Well, there's some days you got a good read for what it's going to do, and other days you don't. Some days you feel like you got a good plan right off the open, and then most days I feel like, for me at least, I've got to wait, give it 15, 20, 30 minutes, let it set up. Sometimes it's even later than that. I have to leave at 10:30, but there's times where you're trading, it's like 11 o'clock, and you kind of start to see the bigger picture and what the market's doing. You think, oh, okay, all right, these are the levels that I like. But if you can't trade, like me, if you can't trade past 10:30, then you're limited with that. But we get a lot of action in the morning. So looking for quality over quantity. Let me look at NASDAQ real quick. Here's our 5 minute. Let me try that in the picture. Okay, so bull is trying to get it back up into this area here, back into that familiar range. See if we get a spike on the 15-minute little wick. Pardon all the lines. So here they got it almost down to yesterday's close. Pretty close. Close to the close down here. We'll see how well the bulls can keep it above this. Maybe we go down, take this out, then come back up, get above here, and then look to go to 15. We will see. All right, new 5-minute bar. Another 5 minutes to get a new 15-minute bar. We'll watch and see what this 15-minute bar does. Doesn't mean I'm waiting for it to finish to get involved if I see something, but it'll be interesting to see what this does here. If it pierces below this and then it comes back into this area of acceptance here. Thinking about trying to take a stab at one lower if we get lower. I feel like I'd be wrong below like 83. Let me put a line there. Kind of watch and see what it does here around like this 90 level. Yeah, if we get a little bit lower here, I'll watch it set up and then I'll consider taking a long wrong below 83. Or certainly this area here. Got another 2 minutes on the 15-minute for the 15-minute bar to complete. So I'm considering, a long down in here somewhere. Not looking for a long here just because the risk to reward, in my opinion, isn't that great. So let me watch around this 90 level, see what we get. Bulls might not let it get there. All right, one more minute. There we go. That's it, probably. Not going any lower. Kind of wanting to get back up in its home, right? Its home would be here to here. This is its home. So came down lower and looks like we'll move back up higher here. See if that serves any significance. Similar conflicted here because all right, we've got a new 15-minute bar wicked right here, because I feel like the range is in here in this area. So if we've come up and rejected, it feels like it'd be harder to get back up into this area. That's what it feels like to me. So let's watch it here. Let's see what it does if it gets any lower. I'm not in a hurry on this one to get involved. Okay, one way or the other, right? It's like forming a little wedge here, and then here. Gonna break to the upside or to the downside? That's the question. Upside? Maybe? Yes? Looks like it. Feels like it. There it goes. So I'm considering it long. I guess I could hold it against 95 here. Hold it against this level. Next obstacle is going to be 15 though. I'm halfway between 95 and 15 at this point, so. Okay, so it wanted to get back into its home, right? That was its home. Go to your home. Let's see. So we got them close to 42.15 there. Couldn't make it happen. I mean, this is super short term. We could just blast right up through it. This is just a minute chart right here, but that was our halfway mark, right? Kind of halfway between the range there. So let's see what's going on there. Let's see what it's doing. Ugh. Little range bound today, little range bound. Well, I don't see anything right here, so I'm just gonna sit and hang tight. So NASDAQ is getting close to that 210 level, which I mentioned earlier. I'd be looking to short on S&P, but that was before we took out this down here. So it's different sometimes if you go lower and then you hit it kind of with a different stride. It's like this shook out some of the weak hands. Maybe the bulls are really committed here and they take it up to here and then a little bit further. So I'll still be watching this level up here for a short, but NASDAQ's definitely the stronger of the two right now. Well, I don't know about that. They're both pretty much evenly weak. All right, tried getting it above that 15 again. Couldn't. Let's see if we get some action going here. I might try to sell this thing. Give it a minute. Yeah. It's kind of a telling wick right there, right? And that mini, pop right here where he came down, popped up. Trying to hold it right now. Still looks weak. So, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad level to short against right there, that 15. I'm not in it just yet. I'm a little bit conflicted just with today's market action, with today's movements. I'll know when I see it. I might miss it, but I'm not too worried about that. There's always another trade that comes along at some point, so. Got another 6 minutes till we finish a 15-minute bar. Another 40 seconds. Oh, excuse me. Another 40 seconds till we finish a 5-minute bar. So, trading is just a lot of waiting, a lot of running scenarios in your mind. If this, then that. If that, then this. Let's watch it at 4,200 here if it gets that low. See what it does there. Alright, trying to hold that level. It's trying. Doesn't seem like it will, though. All right, another 2.5 minutes until we get a new 15-minute bar. It's got an engulfing bar here where 15-minute came up higher than the previous bar, and now it's lower as well. So trend is lower. Trend is definitely lower. All right, we almost got a new 15-minute bar. Let's watch price action down in this area here. See what happens. Not buying yet. I'm gonna give it a minute here. Remember, we're below its home of 4,200. We're below that. See if we push lower and get a little bit of a spike. Same with NASDAQ. We're below the range where it's been. So I feel like both NASDAQ and S&P have their work cut out for them. NASDAQ needs to get above like 1310 something, like 103. S&P needs to get above that 4200 level. So let's see if we probe lower and if we can get some buyers to get involved here. I'm tempted to nibble at it, but I'm gonna wait and see. Being that NASDAQ and S&P are both below this range here, so let's take a look-see. I'm going to buy a little bit right here. Kind of bucking the trend here. I don't know how I feel about this one. I just lightened up a little bit on it right here. I'm going to flatten actually. Waiting for a little bit more time spent down here. We'll see. It could be that that's it. It could be that that's the low, but I'm watching NASDAQ. It still just looks kind of weak. So this is going to be, oops. That 90 is going to be an important level. All right. So let's watch 90. We'll see what it does if it comes back up through it. Okay, I'm in some. Struggling here for the moment, but still not showing strength. I am aware I'm like fighting City Hall at this level. So let's watch and see if it gets above 90. Next target would be 42. That's what we needed to do. We are in a downtrend as well. In a downtrend. So here's our 5-minute chart. Here was our range that we were in. We're now below that range. 5 minutes come down. Trying to kind of take a stab down here thinking that we might get in. But again, trend is down. So mindful of that. Watching this 90 level. Seeing if we can break it. It's trying. So I want to see it get above 90 to show me some strength here. So far, it's just not doing what I need. Next hurdle is going to be like 93. Okay, if we can get it this time, I don't think I want it. I'm going to lighten up just a little bit on it. Yeah, a little bit more. Okay, so I'm still in 60% of that original position, but I lightened up a bit here. Should have gave it just another minute, huh? Okay, I'm still holding some I haven't scaled out yet. Looking at 15-minute, thinking that this could be a little wick down. There we go, a little bit of pop there. I'm going to sell some right here. Okay, so after I kind of got out of some down here, scaled some here, I'm still in 2/3 of the original position after I lighten it up. Gotta hold 90, then get above 93, really. Just not all that excited about it here. I've got a pretty tight stop. If it takes me out, I'll watch and see if it probes lower and then moves higher. But I'm keeping in mind that we're in a downward trend. So it could be that I'm chickening out here. Next target would be this 4,200 level. NASDAQ's looking pretty weak down here too. It would need to get above like 13,100. All right, scaled out of a little bit more, and then I've just got my stop to break even here. Okay, I'm stopped out. So it was a decent little scale, but didn't get much out of it. Here's where I got concerned. Came down here, wicked up like this, and then couldn't hold 90. We're coming back down. So it could be that we probe lower and we're showing some strength. and then we get above 90, but I don't know. I don't like it that much. But we're down to that kind of 83 level that I mentioned earlier. So I'll watch and see if we get any kind of a pop down in this area. Oh, we got another 3.5 minutes until we get a new 15-minute bar. I'm mindful that we didn't break this up here, right? We tried again, so we pushed him lower. So we'll watch it now at this level. But at this point, I'm very much trading counter trend. So let's see if that area holds. I might get involved here. Might not. I don't know. Not yet. Not just yet. So here's our mini battle, 90 to kind of 83 right in here. So we got down to that 83 level, like I mentioned. Let's see if we run them up, take it higher. All right, there's 90. So let's see now if this level can hold down here, this 81 or 83. Sorry about that. I'm going to buy a little bit right here. I might scale in and buy some more if we get down in this area here. All right, let's watch 90. Going counter trend. Almost got a new 15-minute bar, looking decent here. NASDAQ on its butt. On its butt. NASDAQ needs to get above that 13.1. Here goes the S&P, getting some movement now. There we go. Good deal. it's a little dicey down here for sure. Scale a little bit here at 4,200. Not yet. I'm going to wait till it gets up a little bit higher. NASDAQ's got its work cut out for it. So does the S&P. So let's see if we hang out here for a while and then get a rotation back up above. Mindful of the context for the day, for the overall market. If NASDAQ can clear 13.1, I think we'll have a fighting chance of at least getting to 4,200 here. But it's got to do that first. Let's see. See what they do at 4,200 if they reject it right away, or if we can get up back in there, back in that area. Come on, I almost sold some right there. Well, I'll give it a minute here. Give it a minute. All right, so that 83 number, that was a correct spot right there. Came up and I thought, yeah, we're holding it pretty well. Let me try to get long and hold it against that. Again, NASDAQ's got its work cut out for it. 42 going to be the first spot to scale here if we can get up that high. Haven't scaled any out yet. Needing really to see it hold above 90, and then certainly this level right here. NASDAQ was looking decent there, but it's currently not cooperating. I'm going to sell a little bit right here. I'm still in 2/3 of that original position. NASDAQ just can't get out of its own way. I'm flattening right here. just for break even on that last little piece. So took a little bit of profit on that, but not much. It was pretty much a scratch. Well, 83 was good for a little pop. I could have, stuck my nose in, had a resting order there, and just had a real tight stop. Been wrong at 79, but I usually try to like to get trades where I feel good about letting it run and giving it some wiggle room. We're back here below this 90 level, so we'll watch it again down here, but yeah, just not too excited about the risk to reward at this point as NASDAQ hasn't firmed up. We still got another 8 minutes to go until a new 15-minute bar is made, but let me show you what I was looking at on NASDAQ. I was wanting to see, whoops, that's not it. Let me scoot it over here. I was wanting to see NASDAQ come down and then get above this level, and it's still just hanging out, meandering above what could be resistance, and that's why I just ditched on that trade and got out of it. Let's watch 90 again. Let's watch this level. There we go, getting stronger. Let's see if we can get above it though. NASDAQ's still just on its butt. All right, could this be the rotation we need to get us back to 4,200? It feels like it. I'll buy a little bit right here. Be wrong against this low down here. Might have rushed it a bit, but there we go. Come on, give me some more. Get up there. NASDAQ still weak, still needs to get above that 13,100 level. S&P obviously needs to clear this 41.96 to get us back up to 4,200. It's just sold a little bit right up here. Could get a nice pop here if we scaled out just a little bit more here. And and I'll hold the rest of it against this low. See if we get up to 4,200. That would be where probably get out. All right, watching to see if NASDAQ can pop that 13.1. NASDAQ's right at 13.1 now. S&P's going to want to try to get back up into its home. I'm going to flatten right there. There we go. I'm flattened. I'm out. Seeing if we get a little bit of a pullback. If so, I'll look to try it again. That's that. Okay, that second one wasn't bad. So I had some scratches in there. Had one for a little bit of a win. And then this one was one that worked out a bit better. We got above here, bought here, got a little bit here, here, and then here. Quick trade. $4,200, that's going to be important there. NASDAQ still needs to hold that, trying to get above that 13.1. So, yeah, there's some trades where I want to give it wiggle room and others that I just don't feel as great about it. So let's see what we do at 4,200 here. Trying to get back up into its home, right? This is where it wants to get up, or where it spent the last several days between here and up here. So let's see if we can get it. But on that one, I thought, let me scale out here or finish or get out of it completely. I thought if we come back down here and it still looks good, then I'll consider buying some more. If not, and I don't capture some of this run, like that's okay. So next obstacle would be like 14.12 right up to here. Looking decent. Looking like it wants to push. All right, so 83, man, that was it. Thought about pulling the trigger down here, but I didn't. NASDAQ was looking pretty weak. Perhaps I should have. Maybe I shouldn't have been looking so closely at NASDAQ. But I was. That's how it is sometimes. But I was. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for me. Oops. There we go. So again, getting some resistance at that 4,200 level. Don't know if it's going to go lower or go higher, but you figured that once we got up to here that there'd be some business taking place around this level, which there is. NASDAQ, looking stronger. NASDAQ is. Wonder if that's not telling right there, that little tail. So let's see. You could short it there, and maybe you'd be wrong above, say, 4,204. Just a real tight stop. Short it there, you'd be looking for a pullback down here to like 94. I'm not doing that move, but that's what you could do. Looks like you would have gotten stopped. Yep, there we go. Definitely would have stopped out on that one. All right, NASDAQ back kind of in its rangy area. S&P as well, back into its range. So next target would be like this 42.15. That was a good one right there, wasn't it? A good little move. 4,200. There it is. That's the old level. All right, that's going to wrap it up for me.